Welcome to 365 TV and thank you for tuning in. Today we're speaking to Christian, who heads up the 365 development team, and our subject matter is automation. Welcome to the show, Christian.
Morning, Tyrone. It's nice to be here.
Great to have you on board, buddy. All right, Chris. Automation. Give us your definition and understanding of what automation is and means.
So to me, automation is quite simple. People have been doing it for thousands of years. It's simply the elimination of manual labor. It's there to make people's lives easier. Some examples of this could be when people started using mills to make flour or looms to make clothes. Interestingly, during my research, I saw the word automation was actually popularized by the Ford Motor Company in the 40s when they started an automation department on their production line. And so I feel like automation has been around for ages. It's something people are good at, and automation in IT is just like a natural extension of that.
Thanks, Christian. So the word automation actually comes from the auto industry.
Yes, so they popularized it. The word stems from automatic, but so in the 40s, Ford started an automation department in their company, and that's where the word stems from.
And then, basically it's taking repetitive tasks that humans have done before themselves, and then using a machine of some type to take over that task. And now we're moving into digital automation.
Yes. So not necessarily even repetitive tasks, maybe things that are dangerous or boring or something with risk. And it's all about optimization so that for the same amount of effort you get more out of it. And that's why I think we can support 8 billion people in the world today because of automation.
If we didn't have it, there would be major.
Definitely.
Right. So it's higher productivity for what you put in.
Yeah.
All right. So in the world of development, software development, which is your world, right? What jobs do you think will be replaced by automation in the near future, or are currently being replaced?
Yeah. I think like in IT, there's a lot of fear about automation replacing everyone's jobs. But in my opinion, that's not going to happen at all. Another interesting thing during my research for this I found was something called the automation paradox. So the paradox is that the more a process becomes automated, the more important the human operator becomes in that process. So an example is if something in your automation goes wrong, you really need someone with a depth of knowledge about that system to be able to figure out why. So I think if anything, automation's just going to make people in the development field more valuable to other companies or to other industries. So I don't see it taking away jobs. I actually see it increasing the amount of available jobs.
In this automation paradox, you actually make a key point, and it's actually, I think it applies to many technologies that mankind has created. The machine does the work, but when the machine breaks, the man has to fix it.
Yes.
Because he can troubleshoot and think out of the box. Yeah. The machine can't do that yet.
Sure. So automation is almost like an extension of man, not something that replaces you. It's just something that makes your job easier, makes you be able to produce more.
Thanks, Chris. So at 365 in your department, what automation tools do you use internally to manage your systems, or in any way?
Yeah, so there's actually quite a lot of automation tools we use, depending on what type of systems we're managing. In the systems and the development space at 365, kind of our main tool for managing systems is Ansible. But along with Ansible, we've got some custom developed tools that we have that integrate with Ansible and drive Ansible. So Ansible is what we use for managing servers. But when it comes to things like source code management, we use Jenkins to deploy new software. And then there's a whole raft of other technologies that we use, such as Bash or Python. And so I think one of the things we try to do is choose the right tool for the job.
And with so many tools, is integrating them, making them work together. I mean, that's where the human comes in again, the development, the programming, the integration.
Yeah. So our approach has been to develop our own systems, and those systems integrate with these various tools. So one example of that is we've got a concept called an on-site services engine, where we deploy a machine to a customer, and we've got an in-house developed platform that manages like 100 of these machines out in the field, and our platform integrates with Ansible to push changes to those machines, or Jenkins to release new versions of code. So our situation's a bit unique because we've got so many things we have to manage, which is why we've kind of focused on developing our own tools as well.
That makes sense. Thanks, Chris. So how does a non-programmer get into automation? Can you recommend a good way to do this?
I don't think so, no. I think if you're a non-programmer and you want to get into automation, a good place to start is to start learning Python, start learning to become a programmer.
Okay.
I don't think that you need to be a genius software developer to automate things. With like modern languages like Python, it's very simple for non-programmers to start automating things. Even junior network engineers, I've seen them pick up some types of automation and use Python to help make their lives easier.
Right.
Even if you're not in a technical department, if you're in, say, an accounts department, you can then learn a bit of programming in spreadsheets, and that can make your life easier. So yeah, I don't think in RT you can do automation without programming.
Right.
But it's so easy to get started that I don't think people should be discouraged by that.
So, what we can take from that is programming is a fundamental building block of getting into automation, but you don't have to be a programming expert to do automation. Christian, thanks for chatting to us. That was amazing. I learned so much. That was really, really cool. Thank you so much, baby.
Thank you too, Tyrone.
That's it, guys. Thanks for joining us on this episode on 365 TV. Take care, look after yourselves, and see you soon.